Okay, gonna do a quick rigging here. Okay, anyway, here we go. Cursor to center. Gonna add a armature, a single bone. I'll go over here. I'm gonna name this guy root. Let him X is forward, so for the purpose of Unreal Engine, so I'm going to rotate along the Y 90, and we'll see that that's going forward on the X now. I don't have screencast keys. Sorry about that. I'm going to go, let's see, go edit mode. Up. Sorry, used to 2.8 now, which is a left click highlight. So I've got, see, I picked just the little tip of this bone here. I'm going to go E and extrude it up. I'm going to do this first small one, so I'm going to name this stem underscore B, because it'll be the short one, 1. And I'm going to highlight that and keep that going forward. So I've got that there. I'm going to hit E to extrude again to get another one. Put it right about this hinge here. E to extrude again out to the end. Add a 2-1 because it's the second bone. Paste again. 3 because it's the third one. Let's see. I'm going to look this way. Which one is it? So I'm going to grab, god dang, get that over there. G, Y, grab Y. G, Y. I'm going to grab, move, but constrain along the Y. And just to kind of keep those bones going along the mesh there. I'm going to go back to here. I'm on the root again. Go back to 1. Hit E to extrude another one. Put it right here. E to extrude again around that little curve area. E to extrude again up around the tip. It uses the naming convention of the bone it came from. So I'm going to actually change this to A underscore 1. Because this is the tall one. Control V2, enter. Control V3, enter. I think there's a quicker way to name these, but I don't care. I'm not too worried about it right now. G, Y. To constrain it along the Y, G, Y. I ask myself GY sometimes. So those look good. Look like they're following that mesh okay. I'm going to go back to root. This time, just to show you how it works, I'm going to go E here. I'm going to name this leaf underscore A underscore 1. Copy that. E, maybe put it there. Control V2, enter. E out to here. Control V3, enter. And you can see it just extruded them along here, so I'm going to do the same to there. I'm going to click this and go G, Z. Constrain it along the Z. GZ around there. GZ around there. You can be real precise if you want, like snap things to other vertices. I'm not worried about it. We're trying to be quick here. So now we've got one leaf and both stems out of this dandelion rigged. I'll go on ahead back on the root. And I'll do E, extrude, call this one B_1 because it's a small one. I think I did exclamation mark. That doesn't work. E, extrude again, somewhere right around here. Control V2. E, extruder out. Extruder to the end. 3. Okay, so do this again. G, Z, G, Z, G, Z. We've got them. Our rig is beginning to look a lot like Christmas. A tree. So yeah, you've got your root here, and then all these other bones just pivot out of there. And then this, like, you know, if you go into pose mode, you can, you know, move each of these, and they'll that's how you know, pose, set up for your animations. Let's see. After that, I'm gonna, now that I'm in pose mode, I'm actually gonna select the mesh and then the rig. Yes, and I'm gonna hit Control P to parent it, and you'll tell it with automatic weights. Meow. So now when we go to this guy and we go to weight paint, you'll see I got this bone selected, and it's affecting these vertices, but also all of these. I don't want it affecting these, so I'm going to lower the weight down to 0 and begin painting over these. Oops. You can switch bones by weight painting, or by right-clicking, I'm sorry. Gosh. That's the part where, like, if you have the armature, and let's say I go back to object mode here, and I pick this guy. Well, if it's in pose mode, like if it's in edit mode, or say object mode, and then I go to this one and tell it weight paint, whenever you go to right click to click the bone, it selects the entire armature. Not what we want. You want it to pick the bone that you want to actively paint onto. So we'll pick this guy, and you go back to pose. Then when you pick this guy and you're in weight paint, you can pick the other bones. So you got to kind of play around with this, like pick the bone and then scroll out, make sure nothing goes crazy. You can pick this one, make sure nothing goes too crazy. You can still see there's some stuff that's affected here. Oh no, get a little bit of distortion on this one, so I'm going to paint some more with 0 there. Oops, don't go too crazy now. I feel good about that for now. Pick this one. Yeah, you can see you got the stem, like, oh no, that's bad. So we're going to weight paint 0. Oops, I don't want all that gone. I just want this gone. And I don't want any of this leaf to be affected, really, I don't think, for the purpose of that. Depending on the mesh and the complexity, you'll have to kind of get down in here, and you get nitty-gritty, and like, that really sucks sometimes. Trying to find some of these other verts as well. Whenever they get hidden behind things or underneath things, you gotta kind of move around while you're weight painting to find them. And you may want, you know, some of that, so like you can go back up to 0 and say, well, I want it to affect that vertice. Maybe you want it to just affect all these down here, because it's, you know, the last bone in this whole chain. There it is. I'm gonna paint 1 on it. So let's say if somebody banks into that, or you move it or animate it, you can see it. I want it that far out. You can see, like, if you rotate, it'll kind of move the other areas of the mesh as well, you know, because that stem's right down by them. So if it moves, you'll probably want that to move a little bit. And as you go down through the rig, you'll find, let's pick this one and see what we got. Oops, I'm at 0. I'm going to put my weight back up to 1. That's the amount, whenever this bone moves, the amount that it will be affected by that. And you may be fine with a little crossover, you know. Oop. I'm going to do 1. Let's see. Yeah, because that bone goes all the way up. Just now you can see it'll move that whole, the bone, the constraint moves up, so you'll see it'll move that one. If we pick this one, it'll move there. That's not quite enough for me. I'd much rather have, you can see this one's gone, the weight painting's gone all over the place there. You gotta kind of clean that up. I might be able to, or you could even look up some keyboard shortcuts. There's probably some keyboard shortcuts that'll just, you can use to just blank that out. Yeah, move it like that. Move like that. Whoa. You can set it to 0. You don't usually, or 1. You don't usually have to. You can see, even though this is green, which, you know, if you put it to 1, you can paint, and it doesn't really affect the way that those move. Control Z undo. And then you can constrain. You could add rotational limits on these as well. Let's see. That looks, oh, there's this painted here, but for some reason it grabbed these verts way up here. I don't want that at all. So I'm just gonna paint over those. And this is mostly so that, like, if somebody pushes on the edge of the leaf, it'll bend a little more than the middle will. Oop. See, that one's not bad. I would actually, I would probably put this at 1, 2, just because those leaves are so close together at the base. That, I want that 0. That is, I don't know why these other leaves are being, the weight painting is not, the automatic weight painting is not a perfect thing. I would accept, you know, in this area, it's a plant, you know, so you want stuff to kind of move, but you got to get rid of that crazy stuff out here. That's kind of why you'll play with it a little bit and see what's being grabbed where by automatic weights. All out here, I'm going to keep painting that 0. That's sort of the gist of it, though. You got to kind of do a little bit of manual work with the automatic, but the automatic takes a lot of the other work out, so okay, I feel good about that one. Again, that one, why is it, I don't know why that bone's affecting all these verts all the way out here, but that's the glory of the automatic weights. And, you know, I would accept a little bit down low, just because, you know, it's a plant, so. Yeah. And you can do some really extreme just to see if there's, you can see it affecting here and out here. So I'll go ahead and just hit those again one more time. Oop, hit that middle one. Yeah, you can still see it's out here a little bit. Here we go, that got it all. Not there. Not there. Yeah, that's kind of the gist of it, though. So yeah, as the bones move back and physics interacts with them, it'll bend just a little bit back here, not a whole lot. Just a little bit, one or two vertices off helps smooth those bends. That's why I say, like, even where it's dark red down here and you want 100%, it can bleed over a little bit if it's a plant, or if it was something like a sleeve, you may not want that, though, like on a shirt. Sometimes that looks real bad, so you got to watch out. But I think that's it. I hope that works.